Cameras running, okay. An unusual number of people gathered here to honor you in a most special way.
And
what I've done is I've arranged with the reigning heads of Jake Stable, the Ed Light and Sandra Leitzinger. And they said, no way! Can you have that? No.
I'll see you next year.
Yeah, bye. However, under Jake Stable's bylaws, there is a provision.
Escape clause?
Yes, that allows, if the person who desires to come in with Jake Stable offers a case of beer,
done.
That's all you say in a corner somewhere where no one will notice that exchange of this bribery occurred. Then they can become an honored member of Dick's Stable. And for those of you,
ceremony, it's not a bribe.
Well, that's a sacred ceremony. Now Ed will probably tell you more about Dick's Stable for the assembled masses. If you'd like to make a comment.
Well, Spanky Smith designed it.
And that explains why it's a jackass.
That's right. And it was a poo on Ferrari, Ferrari, and the, was it Nart? And yeah. And Momo, I think, got rather pissed.
Oh, he did? Oh, even better. New information we're documenting here. Oh, great. Well, Jake Stable's name came from J. Robert Bucher, the guy who drove this car, and his middle name was Jacob. And so, as a nickname, his car, they called him Jake. And so I was right, and then we got hooked up with Spanky, and all of a sudden, well, let's have Jake Stable. I think that's what probably it debuted on this car, because that's when Spanky started sponsoring him for this car. Yeah. Although the Allard, he was racing the Allard before this, so I'm not really sure of the history. I'm making it up as I go along, actually.
Yeah, we know.
But
creative history.
Creative history, yes. I mean, who's going to check, right?
It's like a Russian history book.
Yeah. So at any rate, Bob Bucher went on to become a nationally ranked driver, won a national championship at this race with a Porsche RSK. And I remember in high school we were sitting here and waiting because he had protested. This is one of my more interesting stories about him, I think. He wasn't the type of a guy that wanted to raise a stink, but he knew that the car that beat him happened to be from Michigan, which we all know against you. A politician from Michigan, so now we all understand.
They're like that all over.
Yeah, who Bob had beat consistently the whole season, and for the season finale, for the national championship in F-modified, they came to this race, and this guy from Michigan blew by him, and there was no way, and Bob was twice the driver. So I said, well, I don't really want to protest, and I don't want to spend $100 on a protest fee. And it turns out it was a guy by the name of Peter.
Harold.
No, that's the guy who was cheating.
Oh, yeah.
That was Tom Payne who was cheating, for the record. This rich guy who had a Ferrari, we'll come up his name, Peter somebody or other, says, I've got the money, works out the $100 protest fee, and protested him under his name because he was in the same race. And so they tore the car apart and found out it had an illegal engine, was grossly oversized, and Bob won the national championship. Just to give, and then of course he won the Collier Cup, as you know, with this thing, and then he was a factory driver for, quasi-factory team for Aston Martin. Mm-hmm. George Bunce and Rex Woodgate was a mechanic on that thing, which is a big Aston Martin guy. So at any rate, there's a lot of history that you're coming into. Sandra Leitzinger, who we'll introduce you to later, her late husband was Charlie Kurtz. Mm-hmm. He was a Jake Stable member. His picture appears in MGA magazine, by the way. Well, actually, just the Jake Stable sticker appears in there. And he was a national champion. So you're coming into a great organization that was tainted from the day that you let me in. But I think it was the downward slide. But I think you're going to raise the level of membership a lot higher. And all these people were, for example, Sherm Decker and Bob Bucher. These were guys who were invited into the Road Racing Drivers Club. And at that time, you had to be a national championship. When they got in there, they're the first ones to ever get in without being national championships. Sherm Decker specifically. Yeah. So it's a great organization. There's not much left. There's Ed, who's still racing and getting younger all the time, and Sandra's still around, and that's about it, as far as I know. But at any rate, I have something for you.
Great.
This is the same door, actually it was that door, when in the '94 Collier Cup, I carried Bill Green's certificate around with me, and he got teary-eyed. So we have two things for you. Jake Stable stickers for your beloved car. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep. And then also, from the same stable as the Southern Tier area.
Oh, yeah.
Famous.
Right. Oh, yeah.
There's only one other car I know that's got these on. It's mine, but I had these made up, and I don't give them out to anybody. I haven't given them out to anybody at all, actually. I've been asked, but I don't know why I'm funny about that. But Maryland, New York was the home of Morris Garage. It was owned by Gordy Morris, who was a Jake Stable member and a BARC member, and his wife. Now, if you're an MG lover, you'll appreciate this. His wife's name was Octavia. And they owned a K3 MG at one time. I think she owned the K3. As a matter of fact, Sandra used to own a K3. So, you know, there was a lot of real live enthusiasm. And, you know, it was filled with people that had these great cars. It was a great importer. And so this sticker can be worn proudly on your car.
Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay.
Don't know what this means to me.
Does it mean you're going to make my car go faster for me now?
Hey, Joe. Why don't you, Dave, stand?
Why do you have the hat on?
That's right.
Okay.
Oh, and I are brave.
I know. Thanks so much.
That's great.
This is wonderful. I appreciate it. You deserve it. It means a lot to me.
On spring the beer. Thank you.
That's right.
There we go.
There you go, Dave. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you, sir.
Now you're efficient.
Thank you. That's great.
David.
Thank you. Thank you.
We got you good, Dave.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Make sure it's even.
Get it on straight first, and then we'll worry about the pictures.
Yeah.
There you go. Start at one side and work it from one
How's
side.
that look for straight?
Don't ask me, I can't
Pretty good?
picture straight.
Spanky wouldn't care if it was straight enough.
Spanky was the king of contact. He knew straight.
He knew straight?
Yeah, this is his deal.
Excellent.
There.
Oh,
Okay, Dave, what I want you to do now is go ahead and just turn, there you go, like turn a quarter turn this way, and like when you get it done, and just like point to it or something like that.
This is great. Wow, we caught him good, didn't we?
What are you doing, dear?
I'm trimming your Jake Stable wheels here.
Getting them ready to go on the car?
Yes, yes. I think they'll look nice.
Yeah. Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
They'll look nice in a white car.
It looks good on a white car.
We've got transient features, we've got
Hang in there, Dave.
features, performance features. We're doing a
You're there, buddy.
historic music car feature.
That looks great.
November 26, 27, 28 down in California Speedway. We'll continue through West Coast of England.
There.
Wonderful. Excellent.
Ready.
Of course, you really